They told me I could become anything, so I became a VTuber. Oh, well, hi there. Hi there. Let me just boot a few things up here. We're not quite ready yet. 1 second, 1 second. I don't even have music up, but that's okay. Geargate, hello, hello. Ugh, you guys get the pink for like 2 seconds while we figure everything out on stream. There. You guys get the femboy color, all right? Huh, Geargate? Yeah. And you had a chance to be anything and you didn't choose femboy? Nya. Nya. Hold on, I'm still booting everything up. Today we have a lot to talk about on the engine, because holy shit. So we got a lot to talk about. Let me just boot up some music here. Boop. Music isn't too loud. You guys don't even hear it at all. What the hell? Can you start, please? It's so quiet. There we go. Okay. It's still kind of quiet. It's turning on. And I need to know where to cap it. Okay, we'll call it there. Oops, still got louder. God damn it. Fucking Riot Games. Been busy with life. How's the game going? Game's going great, Geargate. Great is a strong word, but we'll come back to that. Hold on. Move me like right here. So game has been going pretty well. It's I'm realizing the issues I had with sprites in that we were putting the collision box, not the collision box, I'm sorry. We were putting how big and where it's rendered on the screen into the sprite infer object, basically, and that was a mistake. So we need to fix a lot of that today. That's what we're gonna do right now. Raise, hello, Raise in the YouTube chat. Hi, honey. All right, chat, stop hiding in the corner, or hide in the corner. Get out of my way. Get up there, chat. And then we're gonna change the background to be boop, 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 boop. There we go. Get a little bit of Kindred's face there. Okay, so let's boot up Visual Studio. Let's, so we get the engine going. Okay, first things first. Fuck me, this is so hard. Okay, I tried, and then I undid everything. And, Jesus Christ. Okay, are you satisfied with C++ game or graphics development in Visual Studio? Yes, because oh my God, what is this? How satisfied or dissatisfied are you with the following features? Debugging. I don't know, I've never used a debugger. All right, so what are we doing? Well, let's go to our sprite module. Boop, 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 which is right, oh, we're on it. Okay, so first things first, input sprite size is not gonna be there anymore. Delete it, it's gone. What we are gonna do, we'll make the text a little smaller here. What we are gonna do is get rid of this. Get rid of, here's the problem. I don't know what to do with render because the sprite class can't render anymore, which is this, which is probably fine. In fact, I could probably copy this whole thing and move it over there, but real quick, let's move this in here before I forget. We're gonna move this in as a constructor. And in addition to the collision point, we're gonna have input sprite size, which is how big it's gonna be on the screen. But we'll come back to that in a second. Do I need any other constructor with that? Yes, right here. This needs to be input sprite size, which is now going to be parentheses, which is going to be in parentheses. Yes. And now what we're going to call it is M underscore render size. Render rect. We'll call it that. Render rect. And now we have an SDL rect called M render rect underscore. Okay. So that's where we have that. Now that's in here. Now there are problems here under our load game module. So let me save it and you'll see red. Probably, maybe. Yeah, there we go. So hero's all fucked up now, and so is the sprite class, but we'll come back to that in a second. This render thing is no longer going to go under sprites, which is going to be difficult, but bear with me. This is now going to go under the hero, which is no longer going to call this. It's going to be this, except we're deleting the void render information because it's the same information duplicated. Okay, now anything red besides enumerated values, because IntelliSense is fucky, we need to fix, but that's going to be fixed today. Has this gave you a new perspective on games? Like your brain starts to think about how something is coded? Honestly, more than anything else that I've learned is the game loop. Like, I knew the term game loop, but I never understood, like, I never appreciated what was going on. Like, now I understand, like, okay, 16.6 milliseconds turns out extremely fucking important. All this is gonna happen in 16 milliseconds. And if it doesn't, we're gonna delay. And it's just like, I get it now. You know, I understand the game loop a lot more. That's probably the single biggest thing. Second, yeah, sprites are pretty huge. Textures, I'm proud of this little texture we have. It's really cute. I don't know if this needs to go under its own module, but I do like the idea that the only module that cares about textures is sprite or initialization. No, it is sprites. Sprites is the only thing that imports textures, which kind of forces the programmer to kind of like have to access a sprite in order to get access to texture. I kind of like that. The main issue with this Twitch channel is that Gary is so strong. I'm barely learning how to write hello world. Gary makes me feel like a bitch. No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. Listen, just to be clear, today, we're going to be going on our chat. What's 29 times 3? 90 minus 3, 87. So right now, as we talk, I am on hour 84 of learning C++ and SDL. And I feel like, yeah, this feels like 84 hours. And then tomorrow is going to be hour number 90. Let me think. What's tomorrow? Saturday? And then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So Tuesday, about an hour into stream, we'll be on hour 100. Which is kind of cool. So let's fix a bunch of this. So we already saved it. Game loop needs fixed as well because all this is referencing things that don't exist anymore, like the renderer. Oh, never mind. Holy shit. No, base. We don't need to change jack shit. Because, well, render under bullet needs to be added, but the hero render is actually valid because we were referencing the render function under hero, which was previously just pointing to the render function under sprites. It was like going up the tree. Now we just have the render information. So that's kind of cool. That worked out really well. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Let's go initialization. Okay, so we decoupled the rectangle from sprite and coupled it with hero, and then we also need to couple it with bullet because bullet's gonna have its own rectangle. This rectangle is the render rectangle, right? Where it is on the screen, how big it is, and that's important because now hero has everything we need. All this shit is going away. We're gonna be, oh, well, honestly, more than anything else, we're not gonna do key controls anymore. We're just gonna have it follow the mouse. So in fact, we don't even need velocity. Bullets will need velocity, but mouse controls won't, unless I guess maybe we want it to like accelerate or like have like a maximum velocity, I guess, where it always matches the mouse until you're like, so you can't just like and just do this all day. Or maybe we do want that, we just make the game really hard. So let's go initialization. So nothing matters here. We're still VSync. I might just drop VSync compatibility, but whatever. So let's go back to game logic here. Load game data. Really? This is not working? Okay. So load game data, list containers, load game, app global renderer. So load game data is not working because the hero sprite's fucked up. So hero size is this, but it's the hero data point that cares. So hero location matters, hero size needs to get deleted. So copy hero size. So now that is where it should be. So now we have a true hero object. Now, why is hero? Oh, hero is undefined because all this shit needs definitions. What's wrong here? Oh, it needs to be not a rectangle. This needs a comma. Okay, so now that works. So now we have a hero input. So is load game still having issues? Yes. Hero is undefined because the hero module can't be opened because the hero module is all kinds of messed up. Okay, what do we got here? Well, the biggest thing, the only thing that doesn't really work is this render function. So what do we got here? So why does mTexture M? Oh, because that doesn't reference anything. That's the alpha mod. Okay, well, we don't need the alpha mod anymore. Oh, though I guess we could reference sprite, but it's fine. Oh, we kind of need it though, don't we? Fuck. Okay, instead of mTexture, it's gonna be sprite mTexture. Wait. Set alpha. M alpha value. So this has, so sprite has the alpha value. And this will change depending on the sprite we're gonna use. So that is fine, that's baked into sprite. So I need to access, so I guess I do call set alpha, which is what's gonna change this. So we're gonna call sprite set alpha, which is not going to get called here, is it? No, set alpha just changes the value of m alpha value. So how do I reference, is it dot? Maybe it's hero.m. How do I change the alpha value? How do I access it? Do I have to write a function under sprite called getAlpha? Return uint8. Whoops. Return uint8. No, fuck. Sorry. uint8 is what we're gonna be returning. Get alpha. It doesn't need any parameters. Return m alpha value underscore. And that's it, right? Then hero get alpha, or no, it's gonna be sprite set alpha and get alpha. Is there a reason this doesn't work? Oh, I have to save it. The game loop was a bigger part of game development back in the day for the NES, for example. I feel like it matters a lot in modern games. I mean, look at City Skylines 2. They think 15 FPS is tolerable, and they still can't meet that quota. That's like fucking, what is that? 64 milliseconds per frame? Shit, that's my lag in League of Legends. Okay, so why doesn't this work? Non-static member reference must be relative to the specific object. So would I go like hero get alpha? All right, what am I doing wrong here? Not C++ specific, but maybe just programming question. So I have a hero object with a sprite object as part of it. Now, part of that sprite object is the alpha value of the sprite. So what I'm trying to do is on hero taking damage, change the alpha value. So what I thought I would have to do is make a function called get the alpha value, where we just return this alpha value. And it's not working because hero has no member get alpha. Oh, whoops, sorry. Sprite has no value get alpha. Non-static member reference must be relative to the specific object. So what is that trying to say? Set texture alpha mod. I mean, I guess I could just... Oh, you know what the better way to do this is? Instead of set alpha being all this shit, now, do I just do that? No, it needs to render it like that. So basically, the idea is we change this value. So I think that's it. Maybe we just say fuck that and just call sprite set alpha. And that's it. No. No. I'm dumb. Okay, I did have it right. So the idea here is that we're going to have the setting the texture alpha mod. So the idea is alpha is already going to be in there, but I need to fetch it, the current alpha value. I think that's a better way to think of it. So we already have the alpha value set when we take damage. I can call that function set alpha when we take damage in the game loop. It's more like I'm trying to get the alpha number for this sprite when it's rendered or immediately before. It's not that it's not important today. It's just that back in the days there were more limitations. You had to squeeze every byte of memory back then. It's true. I guess nowadays everybody has so much hardware, nobody gives a shit anymore about like quality. But isn't it kind of cool when you come across like a website or something that's like super optimized and it's just like it's so perfect and it's so clean and you don't drown in CSS? Like I drowned in your mom's ass last night. Okay. So let me think here. We need to grab that alpha value of this. So what I thought I could do is we're going to be returning a uint8 called get alpha, where our parameters are nothing, and then we would return m alpha value underscore. Now that's the whole function. So we come back to hero. Our uint8 value, because that's what it requires for this, is going to be fetching. Do I have to like make a new parameter or something? Does it have to be like uint8 temp alpha is equal to sprite get alpha, no parameters. So this doesn't work because a non-static member reference must be relative to a specific object. So that tells me this sprite needs to have a name behind it. I don't understand. Do I have access to that? I don't. That doesn't work. I can't hero get alpha because hero doesn't exist yet. What a weird issue. I guess we can look it up. But, well, this is kind of a problem. It's kind of a problem because I need access to all the individual members of Sprite. And it doesn't work. Wait, do I need to be like the address of it or something? No. But yeah, it's the same issue. Is inaccessible. Oh, are they private? Oh, chat, these private. Okay, that's it. Everything is a struct from now on. All right, fuck private, fuck classes. Everything's a struct, okay? We're going full fucking C with classes here. All right? Now do I have access to this? So now, because they're public, I can grab m underscore alpha value, but you don't work because a non-static member reference must be relative to a specific object. Okay, what the fuck, C++? I've seen a number of posts today. They all seem to be addressing when some sort of method is defined, trying to make a basic Sudoku game. Error seems independent of the main function CPP file. So he has the same thing. He has an object, he has private ints. Getting an error mentioned. Okay, what is the problem is you have a typical object orientation, object-oriented programming problem with C++. You can find more explanation here. It is because you did not create an object first before you refer to any member of the class. For example, construct game. Construct. Game is a member of the class board. You need to create an object of the board first. Here's the correct one. Board, BD, construct, BD game. What? To solve this, you can use a 3D STD vector. Well, I don't care about that. Interesting. Let's read more about it here. Where is it? Okay, same error. On return flag encode and send, I have an error, a non-static met reference. Encode and send is not a static function, which means it can be called on an instance of class. You cannot write this. Flag class, so of object flag, encode and send function is wrong. Encode and send is not static. It should rather be called as flag object. Oh, it needs to be. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. So we're saying sprite, temp hero. This, no, I should call it temp hero sprite. Now we access the value of temp hero sprite is equal to hero. No, wait, what do we call this? I kind of get it. Because now this works. So, hold on. Now we can call temp hero sprite m alpha value underscore. So now we need to define the hero sprite. I think. Interesting. Why does that need to be a separate object? Sprite m sprite is equal to m underscore sprite underscore. So now this has the sprite values of this. Must be followed by a class or namespace name. And now it must be relative to a specific object. I understand more. It goes into static versus non-static, right? So if I just make this static, does that make this possible? Where instead of that, we have sprite. Oh, save. Oh, that worked. Interesting. I should look up what static does. That actually solved my problem. Because I was accessing non-static, or static things? Oh, I wonder, before I even read, I'm gonna predict this, okay? I wonder if static implies that when you create this instance of sprite for whatever you create it for, its value. Oh no, we do want the value to change, but it will change. It lets me change it, but it's also C++. It lets me do anything. Hold on. Let's read up on static. It's something I haven't really fucked with before. Static local variables. Is that what I'm looking for? Assert, static assert, explicit type conversion. It's hard. Static member variables. That's what I want. Okay. Let's do our homework here. Static member variables. Global variables, static variables. Both of these types in the variables have static duration, meaning they are created at the start of the program and destroyed at the end of the program. Such variables keep their values even if they go out of scope. This is fine then if every hero variable, or at least most of them, not the texture, but we'll talk about that in a second. It's fine if these are static, right? Because they will exist for the entire duration of the program. So stuff like pawns in chess or kings in chess, these are all fine to be static. But if you're doing something like a particle that's created and destroyed in a set time frame, you do not want that sprite to be static or have nothing that's static-y about it, because it's going to be created and like rendered and destroyed very quickly, very often. And these are all going to be individual instances of sprites. Correct? Interesting. So we have object static int print 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 1 2 3, where you add to it every time. Okay. So you can change it, but that's within the local scope. So can I change a static variable outside of the object? Note that static local variable, and it's changing every time you access the function, so it is permanent. Class types bring two more uses for the static keyword: static member variables, static member functions. Fortunately, these uses are fairly straightforward. Static member variables. Before we go talking to the static keyword as applied to member variables, first consider the following class: struct object int value 1. Something first, something second. First value is equal to 2, so... Oh. So he's creating two objects of first and second. He's changing this first value to equal to 2 instead of 1. Print 2, print 1. So, without looking at the answer, I think this prints... What will happen? These are non-static, right? This will change to 2. This is an object that is created, so it is 2 and 1. But they're separate instances. Yes. When we instantiate a class object, each object gets its own copy of all the local member variables. Oh, no, this is not what I want. Because what it's gonna say is that every object that accesses that static variable, like a bullet or the hero, every sprite is gonna have the same alpha value. Ooh, not good. In this case, because we have to declare two something objects, yeah, we have first value, can be made static using the static keyword. Unlike normal variables, static member variables are shared across all objects of the class. Ah. So now we have a static int. This something s value is created to 1. I don't know why that's global first. So first 1, second 1, change value to 2, prints 2 and 2. Ah. Okay. Static members are not associated with class objects. Although you can access static members through the objects of the class, static members exist even if no objects of the class have been instantiated. Oh, this makes sense. They are created at the start of the program and destroyed at the end of the program, so their lifetimes are not bound to class objects. Essentially, static members are global variables that live inside the scope region of the class. There is very little difference between a static member of a class and a normal variable inside of a namespace. Static members are global variables that live inside the scope region of the class. Because static member s-value exists independently of any class object, they can be accessed directly using the class name. Wait, so does that mean when I initialize everything, these should be static? correct? Because these are never going to change, and I do want them to persist. Or if they do change, I want it to be affecting everything. So what I'm learning is that I'm learning the value of static. What's up? I'm learning the value of that keyword because static is valuable. I was previously making nothing static, and I think that's a mistake. So the idea, no, static has little value. What? What do you mean it has little value? Don't you want certain classes and any objects of them to have the same value in certain regards? Like, obviously we're not going to do it in this case, but if we want every sprite to have the same alpha value, we would make it static. Right? I think so. Static has no value. Also, this alpha value no longer goes under it no longer goes under that. It goes under hero now. I just noticed that. Dumb, but I get it. So void set u int 8 set alpha takes the parameter m underscore. Oh no, it'll take the parameter of a uint 8. Uint 8 new alpha. Then we come down here. We're gonna end up deleting all of this, frankly. All this is going away. Okay, now we have a new function. Even named it the same variable based. Okay, so that's done. Now we give this, the hero object, a new definition, which is comma. It's gonna be, whoops. uint 8 alpha. I'll just call it alpha. We're gonna add it to the end here. We're gonna define m underscore alpha value underscore is alpha. And then we're gonna add it here. Uint 8 m alpha m underscore alpha value underscore is existing. And this needs to be called alpha value like that. Okay. Save. Okay. We have errors everywhere, but that's okay. Sprite is undefined now because we are giving it too many sprites. Okay. This gets deleted because we no longer need that. This gets deleted because we no longer need that. This gets deleted because we no longer need that. This gets deleted because we no longer need that. Look how clean this sprite module is now, though. Oh, baby. Oh, that's so cute. Next thing you know, we're going to be able to automate this enumerator where we can give it the name when we create a new sprite. Wouldn't that be based? Non-const class static variables are just global variables. Non-const class static variables. So you're saying this should be const struct. Chat, what's the difference between a const struct and a class that has private values? Oh, I know, because you have access to the information differently. Okay, gotcha. If you avoid global variables now, you will have better focus on data flow between classes or message. Yeah, that is true. Like, that was the biggest change. When we decided no global variables, I had a whole world opened up to me of like passing the renderer around and how to do all that shit. Oh, if I make that const, I have to make all this const, don't I? Well, I already made the rectangle const. and that's it. I don't know why I made that const and nothing else. Save. Chat, this is not gonna run for a while. We have so much shit to change. There is no const struct. Oh, that just doesn't exist. Oh, based. Okay. So why is this having issues? Incomplete type. Oh, because that's not void. Okay, so that works now. This is... Oh, no, that is void. It's just not a uint 8. I'm not returning that. Duh. Okay. So that's fine. That takes care of that. These are all getting deleted. This is all getting deleted because we're not going to worry about velocity for now because it's going to follow the mouse. This is going to get deleted because if we're going to change that if to SDL, SDL mouse motion, and we're not going to have a key repeat. So it's just mouse motion at all. And then we're going to have like grab, you know, grab X position, grab Y position, all that shit. This needs changed. No, it doesn't. That is the name of the... Oh, no, that is the name of the value. Wait, what? M alpha value. This. Why are we having issues with this? Oh, because I didn't define hero. Okay, so that's that. Look how much cleaner this is, chat. Oh, I feel so good. Look how clean this is. Oh, God, the load game screen. Okay, so the hero is going to take now 255 as a flat alpha value. And then that's going to change to this. Bullet is a nightmare to figure out right now because that's going to need all this duplicated. That's why I was baking it into Sprite, but that's okay. Okay. So that's done, I think. Hero texture, why is texture not loading as a module? No instance of sprite matches the argument list. Texture rect int. What? Wait a second. Where's my... Wait a second. Okay, hold on. Create a texture. Hero texture is equal to create a texture. Create a texture is under... What am I importing here? Everything. It's under... Hero? Wait, where's create a texture? Textures? Oh, there it is. So this is correct. Then you're going to return a texture. That texture is equal to this pointer. Hero, local hero texture, which is this. No instance of constructor sprite matches the argument list. SDL texture pointer, SDL rect int. Why does this not work? Save? Oh, because hero is undefined now. Oh, because we still have this issue. Oh, well, shit. Okay, so now this all changes. So now we have access to the alpha value. Well, now we have this issue again, where I can change the alpha value, but now we need to have access to the texture. But I don't have access to the texture. I just have the sprite. So do we just M sprite underscore double colon? What? Render. But in order to set the alpha, I have to have access to the texture. This is why I put this under the sprite class in the first place. Oh. I am new here, Gary the Goo Boy. I don't see any derived classes. Do you have any derived classes? See, developer Prague, hello. Okay, So I don't know exactly what you mean by derived classes in C++. Well, exactly. So basically we have our texture module going into our, no, it's initialization into texture, into sprite, into heroes and bullets and shit. Right now we're kind of refactoring some of this. So we're trying to move our sprite module, which contained our rendering rectangle that we fucked around with when we rendered everything. We're trying to decouple that. So now that's part of the individual hero object made out of the sprite object. But now I'm having issues accessing textures and shit. So it's a little bit cattywampus right now. We're kind of all over the place in terms of like where we should be and everything. So just bear with me a second. Also, hi C developer Prog. I hope you don't actually program in C. Get the sequel, baby. Who still plays Half-Life when Half-Life 2 exists, okay? Look, Gary, I like Half-Life more. Yeah, nostalgia's a thing, but bear with me here. So created texture is undefined now for some reason. Which means the texture is undefined. Which means hero is undefined. Bullets is whatever. Bullets are going to have a lot of issues right now because it's also undefined, but that's fine. Yeah, bullets, just all this is going to change. Build, read the first error message. Oh, God. It's going to be like bullets, probably. Okay, this. Application. Function style cast cannot convert from initializer list to application. Oh, because I made these static like a moron. Save. All right, now let's go back here. Okay, now everything works. Wow, that's amazing. It's almost like you have experience with C++ and you know like very basic debugging. Okay, based. Okay, so our hero thing isn't working because of this. This is why it's not working. We need the texture again. So we have the renderer, we need the texture. We need the sprite cutout. We need... So I think this render... Well, no, then we have the same problem. Because sprite does not import hero. It only imports SDL. And that's it. So look up derived classes. I would suggest you make the hero the base class and make sprite, bullets, movement as a derived class to the hero. The abstract concept is that the game revolves around the hero. Ooh, that sounds like spaghetti code. I feel like, I think, hold on, I'm gonna bring up paint. I'm gonna flashbang you guys, get ready. Okay, so I feel like it's better if we have like, you know, the texture module, which then leads into the sprite module, which then leads into the hero module, which also leads into the bullets module, which also leads into the enemy module. And all that is to say, now, if we want to shoot as the hero under the game loop, then it will all come down to the, you know, the game loop, right? And now everything can be in there. So we move the hero there, we have bullets there, we have enemies there, and separately we're gonna have like the collider engine, you know, the particle engine, all that shit will be kind of on the outskirts. But this is kind of the basic idea, right? Composition over inheritance all the way. Damn, you guys are C++ haters. So what you're saying is center everything around the hero. So the bullets are heroes, the enemies are heroes, the sprites are heroes, textures are heroes. It's like League of Legends. It's like everything is a minion in League of Legends. Jarvan's wall that circles around him when he lands, that is a minion, okay? Anivia's wall that she blocks you with, that's a minion, okay? Towers in the game that shoot you, pew, minion. Okay, everything is a goddamn minion in that game, okay? Which has like some goofy shit. So Vayne, when she like tumbles, right? She can tumble through very thin terrain. Well, guess what? She can tumble through the Anivia wall. She can tumble through Jarvan's wall because it's a minion. Now, this also has hilarious side effects in that when Fizz came out, which is the little fish dude with a little spear, that's Fizz. When he came out, he has as part of his passive Ghost, right? Which is you cannot be hit by minions cannot block your movement. That had the hilarious hot fixed effect that was later hot fixed of when Jarvan's wall was around Fizz, he just walked through it. when Anivia's wall happened at Fizz, he just walked through it. Fucking hilarious. Oh my god, it was so funny. Fucking broken ass Fizz at launch. No, that is not what I said. I honestly, listen, I'm new enough to programming. What stream are we on? 29? I am almost 87 hours into learning programming, okay? Fucking derived classes, I'm not at that level yet, okay? We're at like classes, okay? I just learned everything about static only to learn to not use it. That's where we're at, okay? So Fizz buzzed through the walls? Buzz? I don't know if buzz is the right word. Swam? No worries. You're too nice. Chat, I've talked about this before. I feel like when new viewers come here, like you guys are like abused puppies. You guys, you poor souls. When you interact with streamers, you guys know how like not normal it is for them to be mean to you, right? Like I feel like the new meta of like all the Twitch streamers making fun of like and calling out like your post history as a chatter if you disagree with them or something. I hate that. I don't like this meta, okay? You guys are the customers, okay? You deserve better, all right? Customer's always right. You guys know the content you want to see. If you disagree with me, fucking say it. By the way, chat, if I get the inkling you guys are saying something because you think I want you to say it, I will call you out on that shit, all right? Gary, pull up my post history. I've been nothing but kind. You've been a big, what's up, and somebody else has been like hugely handholdy in a good way when it comes to C++, so thank you. The new FizzBuzz meta is too advanced for him? Oh, everybody's redeeming okay. Only because I'm kind, all right? You got a little bit, you got a sneak peek. There, oh, wrong button, hold on, I'm sorry. Let's do that again. Boom. Buzz, motherfuckers. Listen, this is supposed to be a good redeem and the wings are supposed to flap, but it's kind of broken right now. So there you go. You get a little sneak peek. You get a little mini buzz. I am not abused. I have been programming for a bit longer than I care to admit. What do you do? Hopefully not C while C++ exists. Why would you program with inferior programming language? Go to C++, okay? There's two questions you never ask a programmer, okay? There's two questions you never ask, okay? Or never say. Never ask a Rust developer how much money they lost on Bitcoin. And you never ask C++ programmers, what's it like to program C with classes, okay? It's a different language and it's better. Which one is the inferior one? C++? C, all right? Why would you program with C when C++ is plus better? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Just asking. Hi, Raymarch. All right, let's get back. Stop distracting me, chat. All right, let's get back to this shit. Okay, so we just refactored our sprite class. It is nice, and it's beautiful, and it's simple, and it's so clean. I don't need flip possible here. Ignore that. Now, here's the problem, chat. I have the cutout for the sprite. Okay, hold on, let me think. We already have the texture. The texture already handles the color keying of the sprite. Ignore this SDL true. It's an IntelliSense problem with C++ 23 in modules. That is, hold on, I'll prove it. SDL, mouse, there. So all you have to do is kind of show IntelliSense it's an enumerated value and it works. This texture already creates a surface, keys out the background, creates the texture from the surface, freeze the surface because it's a pointer and you don't want memory leaking, and then return the texture. This is beautiful. It's done. All textures are finished. I love SDL. Sprites. Sprites are based on the texture pointer that you created and a rectangle. The rectangle is the cutout of that sprite sheet, right? So you have the colored out texture, that keyed out texture. Now you have the sprite cutout based on that texture, right? So our bullet class, which is not bullet class, bullet PG or whatever, this bunch of bullets right here, right? So this is, can I not drag that easily? Hello? Visual Studio, please? Oh my God. Whatever, there's a bunch of bullets on this. So we're gonna have one bullet texture that we then color key out the black and then create a bunch of sprites based on that. Okay, beautiful. Here's the problem. What's up? You are doing a good job? Buzz Buzz? Wait, just randomly? Oh shit. Is that your wife? Oh, guiding him. Oh, you're getting compliments. What's up? What's up is like, dude, I'm just frustrated and I'm telling him how to fix his shit. And this guy's like, you're doing such a good job. C++ is like C, but classy. False. All right. If there's anything I learned about motherfucking C++ is that everything should be a struct. Fuck private goddamn variables. Okay. Holy shit. I hate private class shit. Okay. I can't stand. Every time I put something as private, I immediately just unprivate it because I need it somewhere else. Okay. I still don't understand the value of private shit. Okay. Because it feels like when I make a private variable, I then have to either unprivate it or like make a function accessing the private variable. And I don't understand why you wouldn't just make it public. Like, maybe if you're working with other programmers who like can fuck shit up because when you work with other people, their IQ drops to like 80 points whenever they try to use what you made. And it's like, holy shit. So like, then you want to make it private. But like, if you're making something that only you gonna work on, like, best practices, schmess bat practices. Am I right? You're trying to drag a bullet onto an empty window? His opinions are his. True. Gary, you haven't learned encapsulation, class invariance, so you haven't seen the value in that. Oh, true. If you make larger and larger programs, at some point you are that other programmer. Oh. That's what I always hear about C++, where it's like, there is no C++ programmer who knows everything. It's like, because you can do so much shit in it. So maybe once we get a program of sufficient size, don't try to blame your coworker. You will probably be the one you just said. Oh, you both said the same thing. Oh God. Okay. Well, fuck the game loop for now. That's its own beast in a second because we switched around. Okay. Well, we're running in the same issue. So maybe I'll ask you guys kind of where the direction we go with this. I'm having issues knowing where to put the render function because originally we had it under sprite where if we wanted any given sprite object, whether it be a hero or a bullet or fucking enemies, anything, right? If it was a sprite, it would have its own like void render function, right? And we would just render it. And that's how it was before. The problem is we are now decoupling the collision not the collision hitbox. The rectangle, the information used to reference where it's going to be rendered on the screen, the XY value, width, height, and all that. Now we have it under individual objects based on the sprite class, but I'm having issues accessing the texture that was originally put under the sprite class. That's where my roadblock is right now. I don't know how to fix that. Const private are all tools to save you from yourself. Oh, I don't know how you would fuck that up. It feels like as long as you document everything correctly, it's good. To be fair, I've done like -1 documentation so far in C++, so maybe that's gonna be my fault later, but it feels like with enough documentation. Rendering a hero is the same as rendering a sprite. Yeah? Yes, in the game loop. The problem is, like, all the language is the same. Previously, it was hero render, and we just called the sprite render function, and we just moved it here. But now we have troubles accessing the texture. If you want your delta time to be more accurate, you should use SDL get performance counter. Whoa, that's a new one, Loudbite. Oh shit, based? What's that? SDL, it feels like every day I'm learning SDL has solved a problem that I'm trying to fix. What is this? Performance counter and SDL get, because people, I know why you don't use, SDL delay, because that has issues and it's not really 60 FPS, but bear with me. So what is this? Get performance counter. Get the current value of a high resolution counter. This function is typically used for profiling. The counter values are only meaningful relative to each other. The differences between values can be converted into times using SDL get performance frequency. Oh, so what does that do? Get the count per second of the high resolution counter. Returns a platform specific. Oh, that's cute. So instead of, so previously when we were doing FPS stuff, we were actually accessing get tick 64, which is the amount of milliseconds that has passed since SDL was initialized. So the start of the program. And then we were comparing the milliseconds since that was made to the current milliseconds at the end of the frame. And then we would delay based on that time difference to make 60 FPS. It's a frame cap, right? So what you're saying is now with these new functions SDL offers, I don't need to access that. I can just do get performance counter, convert it into a millisecond or time increments on frequency, and then compare the difference. Is that what you're saying? Documentation requires you to actively remember what you read and follow its rules. Const private are enforced by the compiler without having you to remember anything. Oh, okay. You could have it in both, Gary. A sprite can be rendered, a hero can be rendered, a hero can have one or more sprites, and a sprite can be rendered independent of any game object. Wait, no, I can't do that. Because in our use case, honestly, the main problem here is the alpha value and the sprite, right? So here's the problem, right? The idea is that when the hero, wait, I have this in game logic, don't I? Yeah. If hero collision is true, then implement hero damage taken effect, which in our case is just set the alpha value to be different, right? So the problem I had is if I want to render the alpha changed hero, I thought I would have to move both the rectangle we're rendering with, which is the size of the sprite we're going to render the hero on, and the alpha value for that sprite or texture. No, it's going to change the sprite alpha value. Would be specific to the hero object, which is going to have an alpha value. Now, the problem I have is in order to set the texture alpha mod, I'm going to need, you know, the texture and the alpha value. But it's a problem because in order to get access to the alpha value, I have it under hero, but I also need the texture, which is only under the sprite object. But how do I get access to the texture information? I'm sorry. Yes, I do need access to that specific texture. So I thought, I mean, do we do like SDL texture pointer, get texture, SDL texture, or no, return M underscore texture underscore? Is that the whole function? Am I doing that? And then we just call this function. Does that work? Would you say Godot is worth using yet or no? No. The more I look, the more I find out about programming, the more I realize people really overstate how difficult this is. For me, this is fun. So maybe that's why it doesn't feel difficult. Like, yeah, we're hitting like roadblocks, but like it's, you know, I like Sudokus, and Sudoku has like roadblocks, but I'm not like, oh, I hate this, it's so hard. It's like, oh, something new to learn. Cute. So I don't know. I don't feel like, at no point in my entire journey so far, in my, we're at hour 80. I should know this. Hour 88? 29 times 3 is 87, minus 2, 85. Hour 85, at no point have I felt like I just want to quit this program and just play League of Legends, you know? It's just fun. So with that, sorry, Godot. So with that in mind, I feel like I'm gonna make engines for every game I ever play. Now, just to be specific, for those of you who are new, the only games I want to make are 2D games. That's why I only want to learn at C++ and SDL. As far as I'm concerned, I don't need to learn anything else for my 2D games, okay? I have no interest in 3D at all, okay? So, and don't worry, I'm not gonna be the millionth and oneth fucking indie developer that wants to make another Celeste or Vampire Survivors, okay? Everybody else is making that shit. No interest, okay? We're gonna do new shit. That's why we're making a Toho, because I feel like there's not enough shoot 'em up Tohos out right now. And I feel like game engines. What's a broader? What is the reason I'm not using Godot? The reason I'm not using Godot is two reasons. One, every game engine seems to have the same problem in that there are only so many things you can do in a game engine. And I feel like the games I like most have custom game engines that are built around its specific need that like Unreal can't even offer. Like, what is like an example of that? It's not one of my favorite games, but No Man's Sky, for example, that has a custom engine because, okay, here's one for you. Let's say you want to make a 3D game where, here, I'll draw it up in paint. Flashbang. Let's say you want to make a 3D game where the render distance is greater than 4,000 kilometers. If that's the case, you should make a custom engine because, you know, Unreal Engine is capped, I think, at 4,000 kilometers realistically for like rendering distance. But what if you want to make a space game in which you want to render more than that? Or like Minecraft, for example. Minecraft uses a custom engine because it has like voxel shit. And that's like a whole world of like, how do you even phrase a voxel? That's like a whole new world of like rendering, right? And Unreal Engine can do it, Unity can do it, but I think you have to like really fight the engine to get voxels going. I feel like I really appreciate these unique circumstances of the kind of games that people make, and I want to make games like that, just 2D. Then where are all the Celeste? I want to play them? Oh, Raymarch. Look at any indie game developer on YouTube that's like, let's make a game together, and it's always a Celeste ripoff. Programming isn't difficult, it's just tedious. I haven't hit the tedium part yet, still fun to me. Does Sprite need alpha? Originally we did, what's up? Why don't you just have a void set alpha? I don't know. I did, here. That's what I used to change the alpha, and then this alpha value changes here. So this is just rendering the alpha. This is, you know, getting the new alpha. So we set the new alpha first, and then we render the object at the end of the frame. So that's all it is under game logic here. Hero damage taken effect is just, you know, set alpha. That's all it is for now. Later on, it'll be like take damage, set alpha, all that shit. But that's what it is for now. I don't know if Gary is the right person to ask about using Godot. No, I've never even used it, and I have no interest in Game Maker or Godot or anything. Plus, there's like a certain level of like prestige hit when you program with those games. Don't get me wrong, I love Undertale as much as the next guy, but boy, oh boy, when you see on Steam it was made in Game Engine, ooh, might be a pass on that. Now I wonder when it stopped being fun for me. Well, I don't know. You're your own person. I can't assume. Godot has 2D built-in section. Okay. I still want to learn this, by the way, not cheat using Godot. Gary, it's not cheating. It's using a framework. Ah, it's fine. Oh yeah, I just rethink. It does need alpha. The sprite or the hero, what's up? Learning graphics API is still useful if you want your 2D games to have hardware accelerated graphics. Ha ha ha! Joke's on you, bitch! Render Copy EX, as far as I know, is using hardware acceleration, I believe. Let's check right now. Copy a portion of the texture into the current rendering with optional rotation and flipping. Return value. Copy a portion of the texture to the current rendering target, optionally rotate it. Texture is blended, texture color is affected, texture alpha is affected. Wait, is this CPU bound or hardware accelerated? Hold on. This image load surface, that's CPU bound. But something like SDL image, image get texture, I think that is that's GPU bound. You can hardware accelerate an SDL though. Oh chat, we have to fix so much today. That's like 4 megameter? Oh, 4,000 kilometers. That's a lot of kilometers. That's what oh my god, chat, you guys are chatting so much today. That's what world position is like in UE5 partition. Yeah, but where are the games? I don't want to watch them. I want to play the Celeste clones. Oh, I don't know. One of the coolest engines I've seen on YouTube was a non-Euclidean when it comes to distance. Yeah, there's like a lot of 4D like experimental games right now where you play puzzles in like a 4D space. I think that's pretty cool. I am a little bit of different rendering code isn't really the reason to not use a game engine. The real reason is the tedious export stuff and shared workflow between people. Maybe, but I'm only working on games myself and maybe getting art from like friends. Like, hold on, where is it? I have it implemented, don't I? Oh, I don't. Whatever. I was about to show the fan art. Hold on. Fuck. 1 second, I'll show it. New people here haven't seen it. Like, Casavia commissioned this, and this is gonna be the main window screen to our game where it's like, Gary and Cass, play game! Like something like that. This will be like the character, the hero that we're programming right now. That's the idea. And then, you know, I could work with people on art, but when it comes to programming, I'm gonna work on it on my own. You Googled how to create a game engine, right? Nope, we're doing this shit from scratch. I mean, I know the basics, like game loop, but that's about it. He's just winging it. It's more fun figuring it out as you go. Yes, for me at least. Like, I didn't know like game logic, like having to like delay the frame if it loads too fast. Like, I didn't know any of that shit. Now I do. I should save this, hold on. To do hardware acceleration, you need to pass it in Vulkan or OpenGL in the window create. All you've been doing is CPU. Are we sure? Because I thought under initialization, we had SDL renderer accelerated, which told any use of this renderer to render on the GPU. Isn't that what that does? Hold on, let's look it up online together. Boop. No, wait, not that. SDL set renderer accelerated. Spelling is hard. Okay, SDL renderer flags. What does this do? Let's do our homework here. An enumeration of flags used when creating a rendering context. SDL renderer accelerated. The renderer uses hardware acceleration. So we are in fact using hardware acceleration whenever we call our current renderer, which is our only renderer right now. We could also set renderer as a software fallback, present like renderer present what's on the screen is synchronized with the refresh rate. We also have this enabled, so we have both. But we already cap our FPS at 60, so it really doesn't matter. But this is how you get VSync enabled. And then the renderer supports rendering to a texture. And that's it. Note that providing no flags give priority to available STL renderer accelerated renderers. Sweet. Huh, am I misunderstanding? Well, oops. No, it's fine. That's a new feature of SDL, though. It's like an SDL2 thing. Huh, I didn't know SDL offered that. That's neat. Actually, what's even cooler is audio. So SDL3 is not officially released yet, but you can have access to it as like an early build. It actually makes audio significantly easier to work with. We might actually do that. Listen, chat, I'm gonna be honest with you. I only know modules in C++. I don't know jack shit about headers, okay? I import STD all fucking day, baby. Fuck include math, include Studio Lib. Nah, we don't do that shit here. Include Chrono. We just import STD, baby. So because of that, does it offer API to provide your own shaders in SDL3 or SDL2, Loudbite? I think SDL, any of them, does not offer shaders. Oh, they do? Oh, wait, what? Hold on. Oh, hold the fuck on. What is this about? SDL shader API. Shader support. Oh, shit. Hey, does SDL offer an API to create shaders? I've looked at the repository, could not see anything. This was 22. Not yet, but the creator is working on an extension to SDL that will allow this and also provide a generalized way to do some 3D stuff without having to get down in the weeds with different GPU APIs. You might want to look at SDL GPU, which includes a shader API. I'm not sure whether it supports DirectX shaders or not. Oh shit. Wait, SDL 3 shader API, is that like confirmed? I am aware that SDL GPU header explicitly says they are not currently supported, but I wanted to open an issue for discussion. The creator says, this person and I have been discussing this recently. We're likely to add compute before the API is finalized, but that's a lot of related shader work to do before I can add it. I'll leave this issue open until then. 3.2 milestone. Oh my God, wait, that was like, when was this? 51% complete. Oh shit. Control F, shader. Wait, does that mean it's done or is that it's being worked on? Oh, it's open, so it's not done. Okay, sweet. Okay, so SDL3 is gonna offer shader shit. Instead of having to use like Vulkan or something. That's gonna be weird. I wouldn't make a 3D game. I wouldn't make a 3D game with only SDL. If we step into 3D, I am learning fucking Vulkan, okay? Anyways, you can pass a Vulkan instance and pass shaders through that. Oh, cute. Preox, hello. Does it offer API to provide your own shaders? I don't know. What else were we? Oh, SDL3 audio. So this is cool. From the dawn of time until SDL2, there was only one way to convert audio through SDL, by using audio CVT. Fuck that shit. It was hard to understand and to avoid confusion. We have a better API that SDL's been using internally for a while now. To avoid confusion. Using SDL audio stream is pretty simple. Oh, look at that. Oh, beautiful. Oh, it's so nice. It's so clean. That's a whole ass tutorial too. Look at that. Clear audio stream, destroy audio stream. No more fucking fetching bits and shit. Oh, so good. Okay, anyway. Okay, so what was the conversation? What's up? What's happening? About the alpha value. Brownie Man, does Sprite need alpha? I assume so. Oh yeah, I just rethink. It does need alpha. Okay, so Sprite needs the alpha, and it has the texture. Wait a second. Is there any reason set texture alpha mod can't go under sprite if we have the alpha value there? Is there any reason that wouldn't be allowed? Because it's not static. It's not like if we make the hero sprite alpha, the bullets. The thing is that render was always setting the alpha value immediately before rendering on every object. So I guess we could broaden it where instead of just changing the alpha value, we could just have a function called like sprite interaction or something like that, or interaction, where any sort of collision causes something to happen. Is that too broad? I guess that is too broad, isn't it? I guess we could separate it where we just set alpha value as a sprite function, and then under hero, when you get hit function calls that alpha value. Maybe that's the way to do it. So I guess what we should do, fuck the texture thing. Yeah, let's add some alpha here. So we're gonna copy this, delete that, delete that, delete that, delete that, paste that, m underscore alpha value equal or underscore is equal to alpha semicolon u int 8 m underscore alpha value underscore, which is going to be made at object creation. Load game is going to take that 255 and it's going to move it to the no, that was right. I didn't move this. Okay, that's right. Okay, Control Shift S, everything gets saved. Okay, beautiful. Sprite now has the alpha value. So here's what I'm thinking. We grab this function and we just combine it. Where, yeah, this set alpha is going to go, instead of set alpha, no, I will set alpha, fuck it. Where that alpha value is equal to the new alpha and SDL it does need to exist. That object does. That is true. Actually, does it need to exist? Because couldn't I just do SDL set, oh God, SDL set texture alpha mod, where we reference m texture and alpha. Is it that simple, or new alpha, whatever? So I don't even need a uint a, do I? You're thinking all over the place. Split big problem into smaller chunks and solve the chunk. What does this rendering have anything to do with collision? Well, it matters. Well, we'll come back to that. It matters because when we grab an object to render onto the screen, what was happening is that I needed to reference that rendered object to know where to put the collision box, because it was previously sprite specific and not individual object specific. When we created our collision box, it was not based on where the object is on the screen, which is the information it has to have access to. It's based on like the screen itself, and hitboxes were all over the place. Pog. I don't think sprite needs to be specific variable for alpha value. I already figured it out, bitch. Have you seen Bill Murray today? JRR. I've not seen Bill Murray. I know he's in the new Ghostbusters. They're making another one. Carl Weathers, yeah. Mr. Mr. Apollo Creed passed away. Shame. But I don't have, I mean, it doesn't have alpha information. It's 100% opaque. I thought alpha is in the texture, but some textures don't have alpha, so I think maybe he doesn't need it. Yeah, so I think we're just gonna delete this. And all we have to input is an alpha value. Wow, chat, I made this so complicated for no reason. That's it, that's all we have to do. And now it'll be rendered as invisible. And this is set alpha because we're gonna call it multiple times when hero gets hit. So it's gonna be like every, you know, get tick 64, you know, 10, then whatever, right? It's kind of funny how messy alpha stuff is. Yeah, apparently. Don't worry, everyone overcomplicates something sometime. In that scenario, it should not be a collidable entity type or something like that. Ah. It's Groundhog's Day. Is it today? Oh, cute. Okay, so Sprite is done. Fuck that. All right, save. Hero. Okay. Actually, game logic. No. What am I doing here? If hero collision is true, then a hero damage taken effect list containers hero. So we need void hero damage taken effect. This seems like pedantic, chat, but it's really important we just do this right now, okay? Because if I don't do this now, I'm never gonna fucking do it until later. This hero effect being set alpha. Fuck. Set alpha. We'll do 150. Wait, that doesn't work. Why? Non-static member reference must be relative to the specific object. Does this function go under sprite or hero? Because I wanted bullets to have access to this, but now I'm having issues. So we're back to square one. Okay, how do I access the alpha function? It should be msprite? No, that won't work. Yeah, it won't work because the name must be followed by a class or namespace name, unless it's like dot. Yeah, still doesn't work. Oh, it worked. Oh, fuck. Okay, so that solved this problem then. So now, well, we'll come back to the render shit. That's where we're gonna have issues. That did work. Wait, why does it work now? Oh, chat, you're so smart. Okay, based. What is the what is the blocks operator? The blocks operator is listen, don't quiz me yet. I'm not even at 100 hours yet. Let's get to 100 hours in C++, then you can ask me questions, okay? It's a namespace operator. Yeah, namespaces. Ooh, I know a lot about those. Okay. It's basically to avoid like naming overlaps, right? Even though we're using modules, it's still to avoid like naming collisions. The donut dealer is following. Donuts! Chat, what's the best kind of donut and why is it maple donut? Can we all just admit maple donut is clearly the objectively best donut? Fuck glazed. God, it's so sticky and yucky and it's like, bleh, get it all over your hands and shit. Fucking your mouth looks like you glazed your dad last night. It's just maple donuts, man. That's where it's at. I thought it was called the scope resolution operator. You want to be a fucking nerd about it. So set alpha to 150. That's all this is gonna do right now. Later on, we're gonna have like a time-based thing where it's like blinking, half transparent. That's what I'm imagining in my head, but we'll come back to that later. That's done. Okay, now this. How do I access the texture under the render? That's where I'm having issue. So this should be M underscore sprite underscore dot M texture. Oh, wow, that just solved all of my problems. Chat, you're so smart. It's a scope resolution operator, so don't use it to access non-static members. To access non-static members, use the dot operator or the operator arrow for pointers. Oh, in fact, we're gonna have to do that exact thing because I need the address of sprite cutout. So what this should be is M sprite arrow key to sprite cutout. Fuck, it's dot. God damn it. Oh, no, it's the address of this. Oh, fuck. Now, this is going to be the texture again, but it's M underscore sprite underscore dot. Does that really need two textures? It needs a renderer path. It needs a texture. Great. It needs a rectangle. Not great. Oh, it needs the address of a rectangle. Wait. Sprite cutout, which I call M sprite cutout. Why do I have two M textures? Okay, that works. That works. No, wait. No, I had it right. This needs deleted. No, that's right. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, chat. Oh, wait, did I fuck up somewhere? Oh, no. I can tell you're Canadian by your donut choice. Donut dealer! First of all, I'm not Canadian, but you're closer than you think. You're not unwrong. Hint, I come from the land of the huckleberry. Where there's a huckleberry bush, there's a goo boy. Chat, I have a question for you. Have you guys ever actually released a video game? Is it on Steam? Because if it is, I will look at it right now. No, sorry, to be clear, have you guys ever released a game with your own engine? Not fucking Godot, okay? Kaith are the name actually. King Thumb Hearts, huh? Or just move that to sprite and call M sprite render? No. I don't think that's wise. Because in order to render, we need access to this rectangle of input sprite size, which is the size. Oh, that's the rectangle I'm going to put in, is actually that rectangle. Thank you. That solves my problem. Basically, we need to know where on the screen it's going to be rendered, and that's not specific to the sprite. That's specific to hero. So we're going to have, you know, hero.render, and I want to render where the hero is on the screen. I love cherry stuffed donuts. That is disgusting. Ew, who likes filled donuts? Do you like pizza with stuffed crust like a 10-year-old? The namespace operator seems to be the lesser used term. Oh. Though Miss does refer to it as such. Ooh. I think it's because .NET and CLR, I don't know what you mean. Not on Steam? Oh, on io.scratch? Is that what that is? I haven't, but I have to put out some mods. Oh. I released a game yesterday with my... Oh, Brownie Man! I bet you released mods for City Skylines. I released a game with my own engine on itch.io. Oh, that's what that is. itch.io. Okay, so just do sprite render SDL point position. That could work. And no, that only works if I can change SDL point in the hero object every time we call the render function. Is that wise? Why not just put all the rendering under hero for every instance of rendering hero? Because like, yeah, Bullet will have its own render, but Bullet has its own requirements. Like render will also, well, no, it won't handle movement, but like render will have its own thing. I think. Oh, maybe we should put it under sprite. I'm here to learn in 5 minutes since I decided to learn C++ and making a game. What kind of game do you want to make, Donut Dealer? That's what I'm doing. I'm making a shmup. I'm making a Toho game. Fucking perfect cherry blossom, but not weeb. Fuck weebs, okay? Hold on. I say that? What is my background right now? Hold on. What background is it? That's not weeb, chat. Because that is Hatsune Miku, singing idol sensation in Japan, okay? Fuck you, she's singing English songs, she's bilingual, okay? Haven't you ever heard of Rolling Girl? That song's basically English, okay? Gary, what about the body pillow? Nah, it's not mine, okay? It's hers. Don't judge. Nope, Caves of Quud, actually. Wait, Caves of Quud is moddable? Isn't the game, like, experience at vanilla already feels like a super modded game? Why shame people for their food choices? Have you tried durian? Durian is the most Middle Eastern food I have ever heard in my life. Middle Eastern sounding food. I don't know what durian is, but that sounds like something you could buy on the streets in, like, Turkey or something. On the streets, like kebabs. Durian smells? Yeah, so did your mom last night. Let's not shame a culture here. Listen, chat, all right? I'm gonna be honest with you. Some American food smells terrible, but you know what? We eat it anyway. What American food sounds or smells terrible? Let me think. I don't know. I feel like in America, we care a lot about how something smells. Oysters? It's not really American though, is it? Rocky Mountain oysters? Wait, hold on. Everyone under the age of 30, do you know what a Rocky Mountain oyster is? Don't Google it, but do you know it? I mean, I guess you can Google it. You'll get the food, not the what it is, probably. It's from Southeast Asia. Oh, is it like pad thai? I love Thai food. Oh, love it. We have a Thai food place here that's like owned by a Thai couple who can barely speak any English, and it's like a block away from me, and you can get a full meal for like $9. Or I guess now it's $9.80. Fuck inflation. It's so good. I get the Mongolian noodles with beef and spice level 2 out of 5, and I cry about how spicy it is. I have now, obviously, I am the color teal, and I am a goo boy. Obviously, goes without saying, but I do have white guy mouth, and I'm just saying, all right, it's really spicy. I mostly do quality of life mods that I would like to see added to the game. Oh, like a graphic engine? Holy shit, I would play Caves of Quud. Every time I get the hankering to play a game like Caves of Quud, I open the Steam page and I look at it, I'm like, oh, this is why I don't play games like Dwarf Fortress. I can't do the tech shit, I'm sorry. I love roguelikes. This is a unofficial Path of Exile channel, but holy shit, those graphics, man. I am curious, did you finish the collision homework you said in yesterday's video? C developer prog, listen, all right? Don't do this to me, okay? You're new here. Don't pressure me. No, I didn't. Well, I tried, but then I ran into this problem. I got to like here, basically, and I had issues like referencing the texture class under sprites, and I didn't realize the syntax, I guess, to get it. I was running into issue. I think I was doing this, where I was doing double colon, and I was like, namespace name, well, that doesn't make any sense. And then I replaced this with sprite, and then it's like, oh, non-static member reference must be relative. And I was like so confused. But then I was like, oh, okay, well, chat solves everything. That's the syntax. Okay, well, now that solves my problem, you know? So render copy X, what do you need here? Why are you not showing all of the information, Mr. IntelliSense? I would love to see the information on this function. Okay, well, let's look up the documentation online. We'll do it the long way. Okay, what kind of rectangles do you need again? We need a renderer, a texture, the source SDL rect structure or null for the entire texture, the destination rect structure. Okay. So destination is where we're going. Source is... Wait. Source is on the sprite sheet. Which rectangle are you rendering off of it? Destination is where it's getting rendered on the screen. So source is based out of the sprite class, and it's gonna be sprite cutout, which is m sprite cutout. Okay. So m sprite cutout. Why don't you have an object that size? What? Dot m sprite cutout. There we go. So that'll take care of that. Now you need a destination rectangle, which is not this. Oh, it's sprite size. Yeah, sprite size. Instead, we're gonna change the name to render rectangle. And now angle, which is be here. Basically, this is the angle of where the hero's facing. And then flip possible. Let's grab that. What is that? It's like SDL rect. No. SDL set flip? Wait. Hold on. What was it? SDL flip. How do I set the renderer flip? There we go. And we're gonna call it flip possible equals SDL flip none. Not flip vertical, flip none. And basically, if we ever want to flip the hero sprite, that's how we flip it. And we just need to define that. Why did I name it like that? There we go. So now that's defined. And we can change that later. Gary, just do this in sprite? Wait, I did it in sprite and y'all yelled at me. Wait, what? Ah. Also, we're going to do that today, C Developer Prog. Also, you watched yesterday's VOD. How did you find that? Was it on Twitch? Were you just watching? You can see the no durian sign on the Discord. Oh, damn. Question for you, Gary. Where does one learn C++? Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I did all free shit. So I did learncpp.com for the very basics. We basically learned Hello World and the introduction to loops and functions and everything. I got to header files. I clicked that link and I saw fucking, what did I see? I saw this and I was like, okay, fuck learning that. I'm not gonna do headers. So then we went to LazyFoo. Then we went to LazyFoo and we learned SDL. So this is SDL. This is all like the grab shit. We went down to circular collision detection, which was collision detection in practice. We got down to collision detection and I haven't gone further than that. So we can do stuff like multi-threading, introduction to OpenGL, frame independent movement, tiling, multiple windows, what else? Scrolling backgrounds, all that shit we haven't even touched yet. But like all of this taught me the rest of C++ that I needed to learn, and stuff like, you know, timing and game loops and key states and all that shit. So we learned that, and SDL is a C-based library, but we did C++, you know? Then we started making this game, and this game taught me a whole lot of shit. If I could do it all over again, I would do it so much better, chat. You have no idea how much we learned in like the last, how long have we been working on this now? 5 days? 15 hours, I think, minimum? No, longer than that. I think we're going on like 25 hours now. But like, we've learned a lot here. And I would do things differently now, but that'll be the next game. We'll just make everything from scratch again. I'd love to make an ARPG at some point, but I'm likely to start with simulation or platformers. If I made an ARPG from scratch, I would do what they did in Diablo 1, in that you would start making the game and then you one day turn on the action button and then everything just starts rolling on its own, you know? I think that is going to be how I would do it. But I don't know how difficult it is to do isometric in... Well, I guess it's pretty easy if you don't have like shaders. If it's not like pseudo isometric where it's like actually 3D and you just have 2D graphics on top of it and it makes it look 2D. So you have like what's a good example of that? Octopath Traveler? I think if I did isometric, it would be true isometric, like Final Fantasy Tactics for Game Boy Advance. Also, they're more like auto-pathing things or setting the auto-wait timer to take into account charged ability cooldowns. Yeah, that might be an old conversation that I completely forgot we had. Gary, just do this in Sprite! Too late, we're doing this in Hero. Also, we should do this in Sprite with how often we reference everything, but ignore that. Are you going to use threads? If I need to, we'll put it that way. SDL supports multi-threading. It's probably not that difficult to like know the basics of like the Hello World version of multi-threading, but I'm not experienced enough with programming to like confidently say what we're gonna do. The kind of games I want to make are 2D based games, and I don't think I'm ever gonna need more than like 2 cores ever. Like realistically, I guess we're doing a Toho game where I'm planning to have like 5,000 bullets on the screen if I can get it. So maybe then we worry about multi-threading, where it's like every like 500 bullets we access a new core or something stupid like that. Threads are how you access more cores. Yes? What? Writing code for the stats and equipment interaction is the hardest part of an ARPG, I would assume. No? I think if there's anything I am capable of right now as a programmer, it's the ability to change stats. It's like, it's math and it's like, I don't know, encapsulation? Like if you made me make an application that simulates Path of Exile's item mods, right? Where it's like, you have up to 3 prefixes, you have up to 3 suffixes, you can roll anywhere from 1 to 3 on, no. Yes, 1 to 3 on both, but rare items have at least 3 mods, I think. Wait, do rare mods always have 4 mods at minimum? No, it's 3 at least, I think. So 3 mods, and then it's like each mod can have like a range of values. So it's like you're doing, I think you're just doing a 2D vector, right? Where you have your vector of mods, and then every mod has a vector of stats, and then you roll all of them when item rolls. I think that's what you do in my head. And then you would just make the item, you know? Now, inventory system where you can hot swap different items. I don't even know how you would begin to program that. Cause like, how would you, like if you have like an HP stat where it's like, how many hit points do you have? And you have a chest armor with 100 flat and 10% increased. And then you have gloves with 10% more and 50 life. Like, I can see a problem where unless I know what I'm doing, I could see an issue where like unequipping your gloves and re-equipping them breaks the formula and like your life goes all over the place, because you have to make it in such a way where you can hot swap the stats where they're not dependent on each other. But then you have an issue of what happens if you have gloves with like 50 strength on them, and that 50 strength allows you to wear your chest armor and enable the stats of life. So you would unequip your gloves, your chest armor wouldn't work anymore, and then you would re-equip the gloves immediately. Like, does that double the life on accident? Like, there's so many issues with inventory that I don't even want to touch yet, because that sounds so complicated. Oh my God, I can't even imagine how difficult that would be. Just make it so unequipping anything gives you life, just kills you. Yeah, that too. Like, what happens if you unequip life and you have 1 life? It's like, do you die? No, you don't want that. Redeem ghost. Okay, only because you're new, but right now colors are currently like fucked up. Oh my God, end made? Okay, look who's getting greedy over here, Mr. C Developer Prague, all right? Gary, is that supposed to be a bow? Yes. Doesn't it go around the waist? No, shut up. Okay, that's taking a second to load. Okay, just break my whole model, why don't you? All right, I see what's up. Hello. Gary, you look like clay? Yeah, how about your mob looked like putty last night in my hands, bitch. All right, let's program. Stop redeeming shit. I look goofy. Okay. Where were we? Set texture alpha mod. This can move to somewhere else. This can move to sprites, where this is set alpha. Set alpha gets called when hero takes damage and we set it to 150. That's done. Chat, once we have movement figured out, I think we're done and can actually render the program. You were working on collisions? I was, but we decoupled a lot of shit here. So let me turn this off. It's so goofy. We decoupled like a lot of the sprite. Like this is significantly more clean than what we had before. And movement is no longer based on arrow keys anymore. It's based on mouse movement. So once we have mouse movement done, then we're gonna come back to, well, wait, why is this having issues? There is no instance of constructor sprite matches the argument list. Sprite needs to be the address. No, that is a pointer. Uh-oh, wait. Why is this having issues? Local variable, no instance of constructor sprite matches the argument list. Oh, I know why. This no longer needs an alpha value. There we go. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, based. And we need to fix the bullet later, but that's fine. Okay. Woo! The bigger question, will your code work? It'll work. It's worked yesterday. I just moved around some stuff. This is way better, by the way. This is way more expandable. It'll make life easier later. Also, we're basically copying this whole function and putting it into bullet, which means I should pull it under sprite, but I don't want to. It's already happening. All right. Okay, here's where we're at now, chat. Once we solve this, we can go to drawing collision boxes and stuff. All right. So what is event? Event is an SDL event object. Basically, anytime something happens in the game of some kind, it is registered as an event. This is SDL pull event. This function takes those values and puts them into a queue where the top of the queue, the first person in, the oldest event, gets processed first. It's like a linear like line. So in the event that we, sorry, IntelliSense, fuck you. So in the event that we like close out of the program or SDL quit, we press the red X, then quit out of the program and start all that process, right? Now we have a separate one. If list containers, the array containing all objects we're gonna fuck around with, object hero were to function move, calling this event, then what happens? It's gonna do this, event type address of E. If this event type is SDL mouse motion, so if the event type is we move the mouse around the screen, what happens? Well, this is what we're doing. Not gaslighting you, by the way. You were working on moving the SDL render copy X call to sprite. No, it's the opposite. It was at sprite before, like now it's in hero. So we actually decoupled it from sprite, moved it into hero. Anyway, so first we need SDL grab mouse, get window mouse grab. So basically it's gonna grab the position of the mouse. Wait, that's not it. That's a bool type. Wait, SDL mouse. Mouse direction, mouse event. Wait a second. Get relative mouse state. Is that what it is? Get mouse state. I think it's get mouse state, right? Is that what it is? Int. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna have int mouse X, int mouse Y, mouse X, mouse Y. So it's going to return two values. It's going to return the X value of where the X is, mouse is on the screen. It's going to return the Y value. So the goal here, what the fuck? Oh, int pointers. Sorry, the address of these. Now, what we're gonna do is we are going to make it so the hero rectangle is, ooh, we gotta do collision shit. M collision point, that needs to be defined. Because currently it's not, but it's the X and Y value of this point is what we're gonna be. Oh, wait, no, I don't need these. I can do, because SDL point is already 2 ints, right? So we actually just use SDL, no, M collision underscore X. Oh, no, I'm dumb. Okay, never mind. We do want these because M collision X is what's going to be compared with mouse X. That's basically going to be how we move the character. It's going to be based on M collision. You don't know what the world decouple means? You're using it wrong? Well, I don't know. I'm using it correct in my head. And so you have to respect my choices. Ha! Actually, you don't. I don't know what decouple is used for. I'm going to be honest, chat. Okay, but you did that for no reason? No, I did it. I thought that's what we talked about yesterday. That was like a part of it, I think. Oh, well. No hate at all, but that font is sickening. I mean, I feel like it's doing exactly what I want it to, really. So we're gonna get the mouse state, the X value and the Y value of the mouse. Now, what we have to do is we have to move the hero based around where the mouse moves, and I want it to be the center of the image of whatever image we use, which happens to be the collision point, conveniently. Otherwise, I would base it on like the X and Y value of the drawn sprite, but the collision point is that value in our case. We only want a 1x1 point of like collision in our whole, you know, hero, just conveniently for part of our game specifically. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna tie it to the collision point and we need it to move. Oh no, we shouldn't do that. That's dumb. Never mind, that's idiotic. And it's idiotic because we can move the collision point, but the render is based on this stuff. So what we should be doing is moving wait, how do I do this? Fuck. Wait, I need to grab the rectangle. So every frame, however far we move, it's gonna be based on the mouse. We're not gonna decelerate or anything or have like a max velocity. How would I do this? The X and Y value, well, I guess we could just make it simple and just do M render rectangle dot X is going to be equal to mouse X. This is not what I want, but we'll do it for now. Render rect Y is equal to mouse Y. And then that's it. That's all our movement. That'll happen every frame. Okay, easy. Game logic. Okay, so bullets are fucked up. I know that. Let's fix that. So this is, no longer is bullet size going here. It is actually going under bullet, which is currently undefined, but that's okay. This also needs a input sprite size, comma, input sprite size, comma, SDL rect M render rect, same thing. Except instead of calling this render, we now need to make the renderer, which I think all that is this information. And then we'll do the same thing. SDL flip. Wait, what was that called? SDL renderer flip, that's what it was. And then set the flip possible equal to 0. Now, obviously, we can put this into sprite, but bear with me. So that's done. Save, Everything works? No. What's wrong? Oh, we need a comma. Okay, doesn't work because this needs to be a viable texture because I have an extra comma here. Okay. Okay, are we done? Oh shit, okay. Oh, please don't let there be any errors. Please don't let there be any errors. Just let it be done and let everything just work. Okay, I'm gonna put my mouse on this goddamn screen. I had better see movement. Oh shit! Oh, chat, just call me a goddamn god. Just call me a god of programming. Just look how smooth that is. Oh baby, and it's at 60 FPS. Well, you guys see 30 FPS. I see 60. Oh shit. So now we're gonna fuck around with collision. Also, I like how this is now having issues, but that's fine. So now we're gonna fuck around with collision. Okay, I think it's time. Also, we have an issue where there is no collision right now because I don't know if you guys caught this. We have an SDL point M collision, which is currently defined as hero size W, hero size H divided by 2, but it's made here. That's not wise. So is the better answer to define any hitboxes according to the object? So like under bullets, we would make a collision in bullet itself, or make a hero collision information in itself, maybe. Touhou game moved by mouse? Yeah, like all Touhou games, right? Touhou games are moved by mouse, I'm pretty sure. The reason why you can get away with that is because you only ever, hold on, paint, flashbang, go. Okay, so the reason why you can get away with that control by mouse is because you're always shooting this direction and you're always shooting straight up. There's no like shooting over here while you're moving over here with your air, like WASD, right? It's always enemy is here, you are here, you're always shooting straight up. And the challenge is in the field of bullets, can you get to the right spot to hit the enemy directly into the direct line of fire? So that's what's exciting, is that you're trying to get in the bullets and shoot up. Or in our case, what we're probably gonna do is something a little different. We're probably gonna be based here and we'll always shoot forward and the enemy is over here. That's probably what we're gonna do. Because I don't wanna make like, the problem with Touhou is that you don't just have the game, you have like a view box of the game here, and like half of this is like the scoreboard. So then your little heroes here, this little anime girl wearing a diaper on her head, she's like shooting up this way with all the enemies here, and you're like seeing like a giant flower here or something. And it's like, why? Just make all this the game. So fuck that. We're gonna make this whole thing the game. Enemy, or we're here, enemy here, we're shooting this way, and if I can avoid it, I don't even want like hearts up here. I don't even want that. I want like empty space. I want all of this to be the game. And then when you pause, it's just like a simple like, you know, pause menu just like pops up there and that's it. I don't even want options. Fuck that. It's a 2D game. You don't need options, all right? Listen, cars come in one color and that's black. My game comes in one graphic setting, low, okay? No score, no score. Scores are useless. At no point in my life have I ever cared about a score in any game I have ever played, okay? And listen, the old adage is true. I'm gonna follow it. I'm only gonna make games I enjoy playing. And at no point have I ever enjoyed looking at a score go up. So no scores. Although for education, we might implement like an observable score system. Okay, maybe we do it to learn it, but ideally no score system. Ideally, we find a cute way to take damage, like we lose like a power-up or something, and then when you lose all power-ups, you die, but whatever. Okay, so mouse movement is done. There you go, that's your mouse movement. So now we have collision. How are we gonna handle collision? What is our collider doing? Collider has it where if hero is on the screen, well, no, sorry, not even that. Take the instance of hero you put in, the address of it, then input a vector, the address of a vector with all the bullets, iterate where you're testing if any collision between hero and object bullet in the vector, collision boxes hold true. If they are on top of each other in any way, then return true, else return false. This collision gets checked every frame. Also, what is this hero damage taken effect? Oh, no, that is right. Okay, no, that is correct, I think. Oh no, we have it under hero too. Wait, what am I referencing? Hero. Wait, what? Why would that go under list containers? If hero collision, if this holds true, then run that. No, I'd rather have hero, which is in this case, hero. No, list containers, because it's under the container vector. Dot hero damage taken effect. Okay. That's what I want. Do that thing. Oh. Do that thing. Okay, sweet. Woo! And then we go back to collision. We delete this. Ah, beautiful. So now we have issues with making the colliders. That's the issue. Or the actual collision definitions. I guess I could just define them in the object itself, but every bullet's gonna have a different collision box, so I don't know. I don't think that should be the case. We need Toho innovation. Let's try moving by cat. Yes. No, I caught it. You just didn't listen to me. Yes. Just add subway surfers on the side so the zoomers don't get bored. Yeah, have like make chat. Should we make one of those dumbass TikTok games where we surf and shit, but we actually make the game like good? I don't know. At that point, why not just make like Clicky Bird or whatever the fuck that's called, you know, if we're just gonna copy a game. Why would you call it list containers? Because list containers in my head means all of the containers of every object. Not even every object. Like, well, it is every object. Bullets are gonna have their own container. Heroes are gonna have their own container. And list containers contains all vectors. So by listing list containers in the game loop, I'm saying, okay, have an object. Then we have bullet list. Okay, so of the bullet list, what do you want to grab? In this case, this pellet, and then render it. Or hero, render. Sounds like it would be full of instances of type container. Yes. Fill it with 1 million ads for authenticity. Oh yeah, and have like a little free-to-play store. Dumb thought. Isn't a list of all objects just a GC, meaning game container? I mean, I guess I could call it game container. I'd rather just call it list containers though. Garbage collector. What? Isn't a list of all objects just a garbage collector? No, because people told me that C++ is faster because you don't have garbage collectors. I'm not. Oh, I see what you guys are saying. So then when we have our quit function that we haven't even implemented yet, it would delete all of the vectors. That's what you guys are saying? Garbage collectors are in languages like C# and Java. Well, not in C++, bitch. We raw dog pointers here. Okay, so we have texture, sprite cutout. Okay, so what am I doing here? We need to create a collider. Also, can we just make the hero smaller now, please? Okay, hero size. Let's just make that like 50, please. Oh, so much better. Okay, sweet. Also, there was collision there. I don't know if you guys caught that. Oh, fuck. Now we just have collision every time. What the fuck? Okay, hold on. Because the collision of the pellet is based on sprite size 50-50. Okay, that'll get fixed later. The problem is that the object gets created at 50-50, so that's why our sprite is constantly being collided with. Also, can I make this like the center of the hero, please? Let's fix that now. So this needs to change this. But the actual mouse, so it shouldn't be rendered here. But the X and Y value need to change. But I don't want it to change on mouse value X. So maybe it should be mouse value X plus M render rectangle underscore dot width divided by 2. Is that what I should do? And then mouse value Y is plus M render rectangle underscore dot height divided by 2. So maybe that'll work. Oh wait, fuck, it went backwards. God damn it. Wait, why is that backwards? Oh, because we're adding to it, which makes it go bottom right. So it's actually subtract. Right, we're adding to the X and Y value. Okay, so it's actually subtract. There we go. Hey, we did it. Chat. Waifu Ghetto, the fonts. Oh my God, why? Because it's funny. Chat, if I could do not dark mode programming without like turning away all of my viewers, I would do it. Okay, now hide the mouse. Oh, isn't that based? Hold on. How do I hide the mouse? That would go in game logic. SDL. No, I don't want this under game logic because if you pause, so I would base this under movement. Anytime you move the hero, hide the mouse. SDL set mouse alpha? I'm trying to do this without looking it up. I'm sure I could look it up instantly, but let's try to figure this out here. I have to change set, maybe cursor. Maybe that's a good language for it. SDL, fuck, SDL cursor struct destroy cursor. Is that what it is? Void SDL destroy texture. No. Destroy cursor. Wait, was that not what it was? SDL cursor. Free cursor, get default cursor. I'm not looking at chat. Create a cursor. Show cursor. Oh, show cursor. Okay, hold on. What does that do? Search online. Oh, shit. You need a specific function if you're going to add an options menu. Yeah. It's fine. Show cursor. This is legacy. Oh, shit. This is legacy documentation for stable SDL2. The current stable version, SDL3. Oh, shit. They updated it. Toggles whether or not the cursor is shown. SDL show cursor int toggle. SDL enable to show the cursor. SDL disable as to hide it. Oh. Cute. Well, that's easy. SDL disable. That's it. Why doesn't this work? Fuck, what was it? I already forgot. Hold on, I already deleted everything. Oh God. SDL show cursor. Fuck. Search online. Show cursor. Okay, what did I have to do? SDL underscore disable. SDL underscore disabled because of IntelliSense? To hide it. This is correct. Go. Ah, I knew it. Okay, so when I highlight this, our mouse should disappear. Oh, there we go. Chat, come on. The game's already done. Oh, look at this. Mouse here, mouse gone. Oh. It's so clean because it's in the middle. It's meant to be. Needs a specific function if you're going to add an options menu. Yes. SDL set mouse visibility. True. I do like how this like actually works the way it is. It's like borderless windowed, where it's like you go to the border and then your mouse releases. So later on, it's probably just like some toggle. But I basically need to like get to the edge and then not go out of the game, you know? We have to change that later. Don't set it every mouse movement. It seems wasteful. Actually, it's not what's up, because the mouse movement is only based on every frame, right? So it's only every frame that we have the updated mouse movement, right? At least that's when it's rendered. No, actually, that's not problematic at all anyway, because the get mouse state is only changing the address of mouse X and mouse Y. It's by pointer, it's by reference. So there shouldn't be much, if any, attacks at all on this. And then we update this rectangle, which is this. Yeah, that's fine. I think it's okay. It doesn't seem that bad. Is the mouse movement polling based? No? Yes? Set it once before you enter the game loop. Set what once? Set it once before you enter the game loop? What do you mean? I've been messing with TP. Wait, can I? Oh, chat. This is how Flash games used to do it back in the day. You ready for this? Okay, so your hero would be in your Flash game. This is how you bug shit out, chat. You do this. You go here and you like whoop, and you cheated. Because there's no like movement frames, right? It's just blink. It's just there. And then can I do this here? Right click. Oh, right click is disabled. Oh, SDL, you're amazing. It already disabled right click and left click. That's cute. So we got to be careful of that getting bugged out later. Basically, we can't let you leave the game. That's the point here. Oh, you're talking about config? Maybe. Call SDL show cursor, SDL disable once you enter the game. Why? Are you saying that we should not? Oh, I see what you're saying. This shouldn't be there every instance of mouse movement. Okay, that's kind of based. All right, let's get rid of that. Let's do like before we even start our game loop, right? Once you enter the game. So it should go like load game? No, initialization even. Like that. So now it's always invisible. The problem with loading it at game... Oh, no, you're right. We should do this because we can enable it when we go into the options menu or when we pause the game, for example. So pause function, enable mouse cursor. And then when you go back into the game, like resume, disable mouse cursor. Okay, that's kind of base. I like that idea. SDL accumulate in queue for you to read whenever. Timing! You're coming in with a lot of assumptions if you think I know what accumulate means. What? Gary, I think you can just pass mrenderrect.x into get mouse state instead of creating new x and y values. What? Hold on. No, that won't work. I have to have some value of X and Y at any given time for the mouse state, and then the new render point is going to be based on that mouse state minus the width and size of the image divided by 2. So it's the center of the image, right? Yeah, I need X and Y to change. SDL accumulate in queue for you to read whenever. Yeah, X is an integer. Maybe fix your collision first. We learned lock cursor later. I have no idea how to do that. Oh, well, that's based on the window. So under initialization, when we create a window, part of the window that we haven't even defined yet, here, let me enter it so you see the rest of this. Part of the window is that currently SDL window position undefined X and Y. This is where the window actually gets created on your screen. So every time we render the game, this is like the very center of my screen. Here, let me show you. This is like perfect center of my screen. So on my ultra wide. So when I drag it over here, that's me like dragging the whole ass game, you know, over here, you know? So that's why this is undefined. In addition, you also have the X resolution, the Y resolution of the window, and then SDL window shown. That value can change. In fact, let's look at it now. SDL, oh, not that. SDL window shown. Fuck. There we go. Okay, beautiful. All right. So it's based on window flags. Window flags. Now we define the window. We could define it as full screen window at current desktop resolution, window usable with OpenGL context, Vulkan. Now we use window shown, so just the window is visible. That's it. Then we set it as hidden, borderless, resizable, window is minimized, maximized. Window has grabbed input focus. So let's try it. Now, in addition to window shown, we're also gonna have parallel, SDL input grabbed. Now, I'm guessing this is gonna work. And now, correct, I can't leave. I can't resize the window, my mouse can't leave. There you go, we solved the problem. Beautiful. Now, how do I get out of the game? There we go. I have to like minimize, I have to like unfocus the game, which is fine. Alt tab or minimize, there you go. But yeah, now I can't leave. Cool, pull the plug, Alt F4. You might need address of mrender X and not sure how the priority goes on that. Address of mrenderect X, but I don't want to change that. You can't grab the address of this or this as your X and Y new value based on mouse state. Because we don't want these to be the mouse state. We want them to be the mouse state and a formula. Is it taxing to constantly create ints? Is that like a thing I have to worry about? I don't think so. I think this is fine. No, you don't. Yeah, it's C++. We don't get taxed on initializing a variable. We get taxed on using it. Ints are just 4 bytes on a stack. Oh, maybe we do. Found an addition for the options menu. Oh yeah, I'm sure it's SDL. There's a million things. So what else can we do on that window? Window has input focus, has grabbed input focus. Window has mouse focus, but not input focus. I don't know why you would have that, but based. Window foreign, not created by SDL. Allow high DPI. Wait, what? Window should be created in a high DPI mode if supported, greater than SDL 2.0.1. Window has mouse captured or unrelated to input grabbed. Wait, what? Windows always on top. SDL window skip taskbar. Holy shit. Wait, there's so much cool shit here. Window should be treated as a pop-up menu. Remarks. SDL window OpenGL flag prepares your window for use with OpenGL, but you will still need to create an OpenGL context after window creation before calling that. On Apple OS, you must set NS high resolution capable info list property to yes, otherwise you will not receive high DPI. Huh. Interesting. High DPI is like mouse movement, right? Pop-up menu? Yeah, I mean, obviously you can make applications with SDL. In fact, if you're going to make an application on Windows with SDL, you know, it matters. Like a pop-up or something. One of, if not the first time, that Alt F4 is not just a troll on the stream. Maybe make room for those 2 ints is a single machine code instruction. Yes, it costs something, but it's next to nothing. You can ignore it. Well, hold on, Studer. Also, hi. Hold on, Studer. We're using C++. I feel like that little shit that costs us like 5 nanoseconds is what we should care about. We're min-maxers. What did you call me? You're Studer. You're Mr. Studer. Last name, Dick. Make your whole game a pop-up window? I guess I could see what that looks like. SDL window pop-up menu. All right, let's see what that looks like. I know you guys didn't see that, but bear with me. Go. Nothing happened, but okay, based. Okay, delete that shit. All right, so now we have input grab. All right, collision, chat, you're distracting me. All right, we need collision boxes. First, before we do anything, let's draw. Let's draw everything, okay? So we draw the background color. Beautiful. Render clear. Wait, chat, order of operations, bear with me. We set the render draw color. Does that automatically set the background to the color because we're accessing? No, it doesn't, right? This just set the color to white. It's render present that sets the background, right? Or is it render clear? Render present just renders everything on the screen, I think. Render clear, I should put color above clear then, huh? That should go there because we set the color and then we clear the screen and now it's the color white, right? Okay, I don't know if that's like default. I think default's black, so I think this is correct, but it's more correct. It's only like 1 cycle. Oh yeah. Could be worse. STD error dick. Render clear sets the background, but I think set render draw color sets the color. It does. But for our purposes, it matters. So now we're going to copy this function again. And this time we're going to do this. We're going to set it to red, which is RGB, right? So this is just pure bright red. Now, SDL draw rect. This rectangle will be the app global renderer and oh god, I'm thinking list containers dot hero dot render rectangle. No, collision. And it's gonna be the address of that. Okay. No, that didn't work. What the fuck? Oh, it's an SDL point. Oh, fuck me. Okay, fixing this now. No more points. It's a rectangle. Even the hero will get a rectangle. Okay. So this is a rect. This is a rect. This is boop, boop, boop. This is a rect. And it's going to be based on X and Y values. It's going to be based on hero size X and Y value. Well, let's think about this. How do I define that? Well, it's hero size the rectangle. So maybe for now we just set it equal. Well, hold on. Let's maybe not. Maybe for now we just put hero size dot X and hero size dot Y. And that's how we set it for now. So now it's going to be referencing the collider. Oh, wait. I can change. Oh, with the hero moves, I can change the movement of the collider. Oh shit, I'm a goddamn genius, chat. Holy fuck. Just my brain power is just insane. Okay, so now we change the collision rectangle to be based on the mouse movement. Oh my god, chat, I'm so fucking smart. M collision underscore Y. Now what I should do, chat, is actually make it based on the render rectangle, but whatever. Dot Y. Okay. So now we're gonna be grabbing that collision. Go. Fuck. Uh-oh, something got goofed. Who followed? Azoth 3? Azoth? Your name reminds me of Azeroth, which is the shitty MMO, because Riot's game, Runeterra. Oh, baby, I can't wait for that MMO. Oh, chat. I cannot tell you, begin to describe to you how big Riot Games as an MMO will be, okay? It's gonna be huge. I think when people say they don't have time for MMOs anymore, I think it's because there's no MMO that they want to put their time into. I think when Riot Games comes out with their MMO, oh, it's gonna be beautiful, chat. The real hits will be indirections, cash misses, and stuff like that for you. Also, I should define that collision point as not this size, huh? This is gonna be different. In fact, this isn't gonna be based on the X and Y value at all. That's gonna change immediately. These values will change. This needs to change. This needs to be 1 by 1. It needs to be a 1 pixel by 1 pixel hitbox. That's what it should be. It's where your mouse pointer is. Maybe draw a 4x4 rectangle around that point. 5x5, sorry. Well, no, we want a red dot. That's the point. The real hits will be indirections, cash misses, stuff like that for you. Drop in to say hello and goodbye because I want to go to sleep. Good night, just shock. Changing data because you don't know how to render a point is a bit unproductive. I mean, I could do SDL render draw point, but Jesus Christ, we might as well make it a rectangle, you know? Now, why isn't this working? SDL bool cannot convert argument 1 from SDL rect pointer to const SDL rect pointer. Wait, what? Wait, what's a const? I know what a const is, but what is const? Wait, what? Why is this an issue? SDL rect pointer is incompatible with parameter type const SDL pointer. So... Wait, did I make anything const? I don't think anything is const. What? Did I not save it? Okay, let's render it. Doesn't work. SDL bool, SDL point and rect. So this needs a pointer for a... Oh, it needs a point. Okay, so this should be... Sorry, we're still using the function point in rectangle. That's where the issue is. Changing the data will affect your gameplay, while drawing a hitbox is only for debug purposes. It does matter. Know the hero is point collision. Even if you draw a rect, you'll still understand it is a point. Nah, it's I like this idea. Because what if I want to change the hitbox size? What if I do want like a debuff, you have a bigger hit size? Like I can't do that with a point. Oh my god, fine. SDL rect in rect. What is that called? Rect. Fuck, what's it called? It's not point in rect. It's like rect in rect. Get clip rectangle. Fill rex. Intersect rect. Intersect rect in line. point in rect. Okay, so I think it's intersect rect. Bool type, return rect pointer, rect pointer, rect pointer. What? Oh, it's gonna create a rectangle based on the size of the intersection. Okay. Calculate the intersection of two rectangles. Gotcha. Returns true if there's an intersection. An SDL rect structure filled in with the intersection of rectangles A and B. If there is an intersection, return false. Gotcha. And that's the result. Ah, so I can make a rectangle if I want to. Okay, cute. So we need correct, comma, null pointer. We don't need it. Okay, now we run the game. Doesn't work. Why? Unsafe mix of both SDL bool and type bool in operation. Yeah, if this is equal true. What? Test, hold on, SDL rect, test rect, 0, 0, 0, 0. Doesn't work. Unsafe mix of SDL bool and type bool. Oh, I know what's going on. Okay, I get it. It doesn't need true, it needs SDL true. That's what it needs. Equals SDL true. There we go. Based. I love how C doesn't have a bool type and bool no one uses. Wait, C doesn't have a bool type? There's no like bool X? I bet even if they adopt C23, they won't use true false. Wow, why? Oh my god, C is so dumb. You can't have bool types? It's just testing if it's true or not? That's lame. Okay, you sound like coping now? A little bit. Hello there, sleepy mushroom. Hello, hello. Not true either. No, that's true. Fuck. Render draw rectangle contains... Oh, we never actually did that. Cannot convert argument 2 from rect to rect pointer. So this needs to be the address. So now this will work. Fuck. Missing a semicolon. Oh. Okay. Well, we have... Chat, how the fuck is this rendering under the bullet? How did I even do that? Wait. Hold on. The only thing I changed... Oh, no, it does get rendered afterwards. Okay, I'm dumb. Yeah, I rendered the bullet, or the hero first. So that didn't draw a red dot, though, did it? Oh, because it's under the hero. I'm dumbass. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. Okay, this needs to go, like, last. In fact, can we just have, like, a temporary, like... void, like... draw hitbox is, and it's just gonna do that, and then like that's it, and then we copy paste function this here, and then we call this at the very end, and then we can comment it out or something when we don't need it. Then we... Oh, no, it doesn't have access to this, does it? Oh, shit, it doesn't have access to app. God damn it. Oh, no. Oh, this doesn't work at all. Fuck. Oh, no, it's all local. Oh, chat. Why didn't you tell me? Ugh. Gary, you need to learn about the refactor button. Okay, but now you need app and list containers. Oh, you saw that shit a mile away. True is not a defined value, only falsiness. YouTube video. Oh, you made this. Wait, what? Wait, what did you make? Oh. Well, Well, that's, wow, technology. Where's your walking sim? Oh, are you walking there? Oh, I see it. Okay, I got you. You are the walking sim. Cute, I like it. I have no experience in how difficult that was to make, but there you go. You can just highlight a section of code and move it into a function with most IDEs. Wow, that sounds like an amazing feature that I will never use. Okay, so this draw needs to go below. Fuck, needs to go there. What was that? Noob Lopez. Hi, Mr. Lopez. Thank you for following. I love your work in acting. Okay, move down here. Okay, now this will draw a red dot over my hero. And it's there. I see it. It's little. It's a tiny, whiny little box. It's very tiny, but that's okay. It's like in the center. It's like right there. Like right there in the center. It's like a really tiny red dot. Maybe I could like change the image to be something more appropriate now, but whatever. I could make like a green rectangle. Okay, so now we're gonna copy this, but instead of hero collision, it's gonna be bullet list, bullet ID, pellet. Okay, that's what we're gonna draw. Go. Okay, that did it. Okay, so I don't know if you guys see it. In the very top left of the screen, you're gonna see a little, really, really thin red rectangle. That is the hitbox. So let me switch around here and I can show you guys a little better here. Let's make the hero get rendered after bullet. Okay, so let me show you. So currently, we have a hitbox, right? We have a dot on my face that you guys probably can't see, and a really thin red rectangle that's based on the hitbox of the bullets. So when I get hit, the hero goes transparent, which is right there. Now the collision didn't detect, so fuck me, we gotta debug that. But there you go. Now we have hitboxes. There's just no real collision. Okay, cool, awesome. You can totally do it too. Wait, what? Except you did it incorrectly, since this is Visual Studio Community. What? I did it correctly. I mean, the collider's fucked up now. Wait, where did I fuck up? If SDL intersect rect boom equals true, then return true. So where did I fuck up? This is what we're testing for as a function every frame. Hero damage taken effect. Damage taken effect is you set the sprite alpha to 150. Sprite alpha is set texture alpha mod this. So maybe, no, that's right. I did that right. There is two rectangles. You guys just don't see it very well. In fact, here, let me zoom in a lot here and I can show you guys what I mean. So now we have two hitboxes. We have the red rectangle in the top left here for the bullet. And on my face, it's very tiny, but right above where the bridge of my nose should be is a tiny red rectangle, 1 pixel by 1 pixel wide, that's based in the very center of the image. That is my hitbox. So when these two collide, which should be right exactly there, we are on the hitbox right there. That should collide, but it's not. And I don't know why. Also, why is the hitbox based on Gary and not the bullet? That sounds like its own bug, but whatever. No, not that. About trying to move a line of code into a separate function. Oh. Just a question. Is the rectangle to be gonna also cause damage, not the pellets, the enemy? The rectangle, well, it depends which one you're talking about. The one on the hero, the little 1x1 box, that is the correct hitbox size. If anything hits that, you get hit, right? It's a shoot 'em up. It needs to be really tiny compared to the image. Now, the rectangle you see on the top left, this square up here in the corner, that is based on the bullet. But that's its own adventure. It should be like the white of the bullet is basically what it's gonna be. But all that is to say, yeah, that's its own adventure. But they should be colliding and they're not. He did add the position to the collision. Probably not. Then how about a small hero hitbox move? What do you mean? Oh, to Brownie Man. Yeah. Make the hot box into a hurt box. That's the plan. So maybe it's the bullet thing, because we haven't fucked around with this in a while. So this renders the image. So I guess we only, should we set? I'm thinking, when we render a bullet, we are always having the collide on the bullet at any given time. The question is, do we need to have the logic of the collide of where it is on the bullet based on it should be based on where it's rendered, right? I think so. So M collision dot X is gonna be based on M render rect dot X. Now that'll go to the top left of the image, but that's not what I actually want. It's minus. This is where we have to do this shit. I wish there was a better way to do this. It's not 50 by 50. It's this divided by 3. Well, no, it's going to be dependent on the bullet, though, isn't it? So this needs to have the collision size. So it's not 50. It's only the X that changes, not anything else. Okay. So if that's the case, I just need to know where the X and Y start and end, and then we can have it. So this isn't 50. This is based on, well, 150, I guess. We can change it later, but that's the idea. Or maybe 100. Then we change the X and Y values, which is going to be based on that divided by 3, maybe? And obviously this changes on a per bullet basis, so I don't know how we're going to fix that. Maybe call a function? I don't know. Well, it made it bigger, but it didn't fucking do anything. Because the X and Y value... Oh, that is 0, isn't it? It should be width and height. My bad. Okay, now this will change. There we go. Now it's in the center of the bullet-ish. Hilariously, that actually did get almost perfect. So the collision box is 51 because the box is 151, or the size of it. But I shouldn't do this, right? Because what if I want the bullet size to change? I guess I could make it just based on bullet size divided by 3, because this will be constant, right? So it should change. Not constant, but you know what I mean. Bullet size divided by 2. There must be a better way to do this. Oh. I mean, it did it better, and now it's based on the relative position of where the bullet is, or its size, but like, is that really how you do hitboxes? Do you have to like finagle with numbers until it's perfect? Why does render care about collision? What are you doing? Well, basically, the idea is that whenever a bullet gets rendered, the hurt box is always going to apply, right? So the idea is that to the player, the only hitbox it cares about is where the graphic is actively on the screen at any given time, at any given scale. That's the goal, right? You don't want a hitbox that's based on a logic separate from when it's rendered on the screen, otherwise you may get hit by something that's not visible. I think if we base it on when it's rendered and changing the values there, I think that's more fair, because then the only time you ever get hit by a bullet is when it is actively rendered on the screen, I think. I say that with no confidence. Then how the small hero hitbox move? Oh, because you didn't use the word does. That's why I added about. My brain just added words. Logan Games. Hello, Logan Games. I see you lurking there. That's why you need scale, and I got it wrong. Oh, God. Okay, I think we're going to stop here today. I'm proud of where we got. So we have 2 rendered rectangles. Hero moves. It can not collide with each other, but I still don't know why that one doesn't work. And I need to scale things correctly. You understand the problem, but your solution seems problematic. Wow, it sounds like I'm learning then. Okay, so saved. We're done. Get out of my sight. All right, tomorrow we're doing more programming. Tomorrow, what else are we doing? What else are we doing tomorrow? Tomorrow's Saturday, right? I have time. What am I doing tomorrow? Maybe it's asset day tomorrow. No. If we get collision working, chat, it might be time we create enemies. I think it's time. I think it's time we create enemies tomorrow. If I get collision working, which I should. I have all day tomorrow. So we're going to make enemies tomorrow, and this enemy will be just a block that moves static left to right. And it has a hitbox. And I don't know if we're going to get to the point where hero can shoot bullet, because that sounds like its own problem. But just having an enemy and then having the bullet shoot from the enemy. So we have to do like an attack module, but whatever. We'll get there, chat. All right. That's the goal. That's what we're doing. Chat, get out of the corner. What are you doing up there? What are you doing up there? Get down here. Get down here, chat. What the fuck? All right. Everyone, have a good night. Have a good evening. See you tomorrow. I stream every single day, 4:30 p.m. PST, PDT. I don't know how daylight savings works for you. 3 hours ago is when I start streaming. Your collision box should be based on the sprite dimensions. When you scale your sprite, you scale the collision box accordingly. That is what I imagine in my head. We'll figure that out tomorrow, though. Okay, have a good night, have a good evening. I'll see you tomorrow. Give me a lick. Ooh, chat, you taste good today. Add Sag. How? The only ads you should ever see is when you join stream. So, Cat Mel, you're super cute and you're adorable. I'm sorry you had the ad. I don't know how you got it unless you literally just started the stream. All right. Have a good night. Have a good evening. Another lick. Goodbye. See you later.